Welcome to the online class, my dear students, listeners and viewers. Again, your tutor, one and only Mr. KP sir is in front of you. So my dear students, today I am here to discuss the English subject of class. As possible, come near to the source of internet and open your book. Please be seated with dot pen, copy and books. Okay, don't be late. Be careful. Come and open. Turn the page number 30. Turn the page number 30, where you can find the title, The Foolish Fish. The Foolish Fish. Okay, my dear student, you know the foolish fish. So, foolish fish. This is the title of this poem. This is the title of this poem, The Foolish Fish. And this is the poem written by one of the famous English poetess, not poet, poetess. There is a difference between poet and poetess. Why I'm calling poetess? Do you know? Okay. Poet and poetess. Poet that represent male. Poet that represent male, whereas poetess represent female. Okay, poet that represent male, whereas poetess represent female. If I write a poem, I will be called poet. But if someone lady writes the poem, she is called poetess. She is called poetess. It means that it is masculine gender and this one is feminine gender. This one is masculine gender and this one is feminine gender. Okay, it represents the male poet, male, those who write the poem, and it represents the lady, those who write poem. I mean to say that in Nepali, I'd like to clarify in Nepali, पोइट पुरुषलाई पोइट भनिन्छ. कविता त पुरुष र महिला दुईटैले लेख्छ. यदि पुरुषले कविता लेख्यो भने कवि भनिन्छ हैन, अनि महिलाले कविता लेख्यो भने कवित्री भनिन्छ. सो महिलाको लागि पोइटेस भनिन्छ, पुरुषको लागि पोइट. फर एक्जाम्पल, प्रिन्स एन्ड प्रिन्सेस, लायन and lioness. Poet, poetess, kavi, kavitri, prince, princess, rajkumar, rajkumari, lion, lioness, singni. These are the feminine gender and these words refers to masculine gender. Okay, apart from this, let me discuss about the foolish fish. Okay, let me discuss about the foolish fish. You may raise a question, who has written this poem? There is a very critical story. You would be very grateful that I am going to discuss, I am going to tell you a very critical point here today about teaching this foolish fish. This is the poem written by Anne and Jane Taylor. Basically, a person write poem, but here you can see Anne and Jane Taylor. There are two poetesses. And you'll be very grateful to know that both of them are sister. Ann Taylor and Jane Taylor. Ann Taylor and Jane Taylor, writer Ann Taylor. They are sister. Ann is elder one and Jane is younger one. So Ann Taylor, she is English poet and literary critic. She is English poet and poetess, not poet, poetess and literary critic. Basically, she used poem. She used to write poem for children. She is well known all over the world. She is elder sister of Jane Taylor. I am talking about Ann Taylor. Basically, she used to write. She is no more now. So she used to write poem for nursery levels, for children, and her all the rhymes became popular all over the world. That is why she is well-known poetess in the history of English literature, Ann Taylor. Whereas Jane Taylor, Jane Taylor was younger sister of Ann. Jane Taylor was younger sister of Ann. The poem Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, How I Wonder What You Are. Have you heard this poem? Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, How I Wonder What You Are. That is the poem written by Jane Taylor. But nobody knows her right now at present days. And nobody give credit to her. Without taking permission of her, this poem has been ringing in every mobile, in every school, in every corner of the world without giving her credit. She became famous when both of the sisters wrote a poem of rhymes for nursery. That is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, How I Wonder What You Are. Up above जुन पोएम छ त्यो पोएम जेन टेलरले लेखेको हो, एन टेलरले लेखेको हो है। र आज कसैले पनि चिन्दैनन् जेन टेलरलाई। शी इज इंग्लिश पोएटिस, बट that poem is written by poem is written by her, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. How famous she is. But it's necessary to know that the writer of the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is Jane Taylor, whereas the writer of the Foolish Fish is Anne and Jane Taylor. Okay. Critically, the poem can be analyzed. Critically, the poem can be analyzed into two different ways. The two poets have described the mother fish and the baby fish in this poem. Critically, this poem can be described in two different ways. Before going through the poem, I want to show you something as a picture, okay? Look. What is this? What is this? What is this? This is hook. What is this? This is hook. Okay? Do you know hook? You might have played at your in your childhood age. Also, when I was a child, I used to play hook. Do you know balchi in Nepali? We used this hook to catch the fish, to trap the fish. That is called hook, balchi. That is called bend थिङ्स अफ मेटल, धातुले बनेको यसो त्यसो बनाएको बल्छी भन्छ जसले हामी माछा मार्न प्रयोग गर्छौँ गाउँघरमा, द्याट इज कल्ड हुक. दिस वान इज हुक. ओके, वी युज टु ट्र्याप द फिस. We use this hook to trap, to catch, to fish. Okay? So my dear student, in the same way, I am going to draw a picture of a fish. Okay, and it is fish. Look, the connection between hook and fish, between hook and fish, and worm. It is worm, food of fish. It is worm. It is worm. That is the food of fish. What we do, you know? We caught some worm. We find some worm, and we attach this worm into the hook. Into the hook. So there is also the picture of hook in this book. You can see in the page of 30. Okay, there is given hook. Okay, and hook, and this sharpness is called nook, corner. This sharpness is called nook, corner. Okay. So how do we catch the fish? You know, everyone knows. Okay, so my dear students, first of all we buy bent metal, that is called hook, and we also buy thread that is bent here, and we catch some worm, and we attach this worm into the hook. Then with the help of bamboo stick, we keep in water unease. There are 5 stanzas. There are 5 stanzas, and each stanza consists of 4 lines. 4 lines. Here in this poem, there are 5 stanzas. 5 stanzas, and each stanza consists of 4 lines. For example, dear mother said a little fish. Dear mother said a little fish. Is that a worm I see? Is that a worm I see? Is that a worm I see? I am very hungry. I am very hungry, and I wish you would get the worm for me. Look here. It is a stanza. It is a stanza, slope. That is called slope. It's a stanza. And in this stanza, there are 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a stanza. And in this stanza, there are 4 lines. Okay. One is, dear mother said a little fish. That is 1 line. Is that a worm I see? 2nd line. I am very hungry and I wish. 3rd line. You would get the worm for me. 4th line. So my dear students, in this poem there are 4 stanza like this, and each stanza consists of 4 lines. So one by one I am going to describe about this. Dear mother, said a little fish. Is that a worm I see? I am very hungry and I wish you would get the worm for me. A little fish, a baby fish is asking with his mother, that, excuse me mom, that what that I am looking, is that worm? Do you know worm? Worm is the best food for fish. Worm is the best food for the fish. So the baby fish is asking with his mother that, looking at the worm which is already attached with hook. Excuse me mom, is that worm which I am looking? I am very hungry. Please, you'd get the worm for me. Please, I am very hungry. I need food. Please get food for me. Please, mom. He is begging. That baby fish is begging in front of his mother. The baby fish is begging for food in front of his mother. Because, a person can do each and everything, forgetting right and wrong in front of food. We are here. But one thing I like to say that we live to eat, not eat to live. We live to eat, not eat to live. हामी बाँच्नको लागि खान्छौं, खानाको लागि बाँच्दैनौं. यो कुरा हामीले we never forget. So my dear students, a baby fish is begging, looking at the worm which is already attached with hook inside water, and begging in front of a mother that, please get me that food. I am too much hungry. I should get that food. Please bring that food for me. Excuse me mom, bring that food for me. I am too hungry. The baby fish is asking with her mother. Okay? So, यहाँ त बेबी फिशले मदर फिशलाई भनिसकेको छ कि जुन पानीमा बल्छीमा जुन किरा छ त्यो सायद वर्म हो, फूड हो, खाना हो. जुन म हेर्दै छु सायद खाना नै हो. मलाई धेरै भोक लागेको छ. के मेरो आमा त्यो मेरो लागि ल्याइदिन सक्नुहुन्छ? The baby fish asked with his mother. And what did his mother replied? Let's see. In the second stanza, sweet innocent, the mother cried, and started and started from her nook, that worm you see it there to hide the sharpness of a hook. This is second stanza. We had already discussed about the first stanza. That her baby fish is begging for food, looking at the worm which is already attached with a hook, and the baby fish is too hungry and asking his mother for food to get that food from the hook. Then what his mother replied to the baby fish? Look here, that is given in second stanza. Okay, in the second stanza there are also 4 lines. How many lines are there? There are 4 lines. Okay, I had told you that this poem has 5 stanza and each stanza consists of 4 lines. Okay, in the same way, likewise first stanza, it has also 4 lines, and it is the reply from his mother. दोस्रो स्टेन्जामा बेबी फिशलाई मदर फिशले के रिप्लाई गरेको छ त्यो चाहिँ हेरौँ है. That I am going to discuss here. You can also imagine. There is sweet innocent. Do you know innocent? Innocent means faultless, nirdosh. My dear sweet innocent, the mother cried. कुन आमालाई बच्चाको माया हुँदैन र? हामी मानवलाई मात्रै बच्चाको माया हुन्छ सोच्नु गलत हो. You might have seen the mother's love in Discovery Channel, National Geography. How the lion, how the horse, how the buffalo saved their baby from the danger. In the same way, here also the mother fish cried loudly and warned her baby fish, that sweet innocent, seeming to say that her baby is so innocent that they can't recognize whether they are in trap or not, whether they are going to die or not, because baby fish is totally innocent, like as our children. जसरी हाम्रो बच्चाहरूलाई हामी भन्छौँ नि, हाम्रो बच्चा त अबोध बालक हो, त्यस्तै त्यो माछाको पनि बच्चा अबोध नै हुन सक्छन् होला. अनि भन्दैछ मेरो प्यारो निर्दोष बच्चाहरू. And started from her nook. Okay, this is fish, and the sharpness point of the fish is nook. थुतुनो जुन हुन्छ नि, तिखो हुन्छ नि, थुतुनो त्यसलाई हामी के भन्छौँ? नुक भन्छौँ. And started from her nook. त्यो माछालाई यसरी मुखले यसरी यसरी हल्लाएर भन्दैछ, that worm you see is there to hide the sharpness of a hook. My dear baby, that is not a food. Of course, behind the food there is a trap. Behind the food there is a trap. Inside that worm there is hook. Inside that worm there is a hook which is for you, which is for trapping. If you bite that worm, you're gonna die. You will be die. Because inside that worm there is a hook. There is a hook which is made up of metal. Through the help of that metal, you will be caught. You will be caught. So don't go near to that worm. That sharpness of hook can be caught you, and you will be die. So my dear baby, my sweet innocent baby, don't go near that worm. It is a trap. So after listening his mother, what did baby fish do? Let's see. So my dear students, first stanza मा हामीले के कुरा गरे भन्दाखेरि कि पानी भित्र बल्छीमा जुन किरा लगाइएको छ त्यो हेरेर माछाले, बेबी माछाले चाहिँ आमा त्यो जुन म हेर्दै छु त्यो किरा हो र वर्म हो र के म खान सक्छु, मलाई धेरै भोक लागेको छ सोध्यो। अनि सेकेन्ड स्टेन्जामा चाहिँ आमाले जवाफ दिन् कि हैन मेरो प्यारो इनोसेन्ट बेबी, त्यो जुन हेर्दै छौ त्यो वास्तवमा ट्र्याप गर्नको लागि हो, हामीलाई फसाउनको लागि हो र थुप्रै बेबी माछाहरू त्यसको जालमा पर्छन् र त्यो वर्मको बीचमा मेटल लगाइएको हुन्छ, धातुले बनेको हुन्छ, तिखो हुन्छ र त्यसबाट तिमीलाई समातिन्छ। But what happened in front of hunger? Suppose you are too hungry, you are too hungry and thirsty. You are too hungry and you find a little water. So my dear student, in front of hungriness, you forget what you are going to do. Once I was walking in the hillside when I was working in the Palpa. At the time I was too thirsty, not hungry, even hungry, but I was too thirsty. What I did, do you know? I drink dirty water from the river. So that I want to say you that I always tell you don't drink dirty water, but that was the condition that I did in front of that thirstiness. In the same way, here also, in front of the hungerness, what the baby fish is going to do.
Let's go! You already know! 2013